Nicto. Yeah, beatbox freestyling in this bitch. Hey guys, it's your boy Black Jesus, or my YouTube channel says Black OG Jesus. This is me making another video, reading an article. This time it's estrogen and women's emotions. Oh, you guys are gonna love this one. Or at least I think you are. Leave a like if you enjoy the video at any point in this video. And yeah, let's get to it. Now then, it's clear that estrogen is closely linked to women's emotional well-being. Depression and anxiety affect women in their estrogen-producing years more often than men of post-menopausal women, basically females on their monthly. Estrogen is also linked to mood disruptions that occur in only women: premenstrual syndrome, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and postpartum depression. Exactly how estrogen affects emotion is less straightforward. It is too much estrogen, not enough. No. It turns out estrogen's emotional effects are nearly as mysterious as moods themselves. That's interesting. Beginning at puberty, a woman's ovaries start releasing estrogen in coordination with each monthly menstrual cycle. At mid-cycle levels suddenly spike, triggering triggering the release of an egg, ovulation. They fall just as quickly during the result of the month. Estrogen levels climb and fall gradually. Normal estrogen levels vary wildly. Large differences are typical in women on different days, or between two women on the same day of their cycles, and the actual measured level of the estrogen that doesn't predict emotional disturbances. That's not to say estrogen isn't a major player in regulating moods. Estrogen acts everywhere in the body, including the parts of the brain that control emotion. Some of the estrogen effects include increasing serotonin and the number of serotonin receptors in the brain, modifying the production of the effects of endorphins, the feel-good chemicals in the brain, protecting nerves from damage and possibly stimulating nerve growth. And the fucked up part is females just expect us men to deal with that bullshit. This is why sexbots are looking better and better by the day. Because all this fucking emotional baggage you have to deal with. And to top it all off, it doesn't help when you have a organization, aka feminist or feminism, that promotes and tells women to be the biggest bitches, the biggest whores, um, that you want to be, because it's your body, your choice. But see, spreading yourself around, that's also what makes women more emotional as they get older and reach their pectoral wall. And that's when shit just basically starts to go downhill from there. What these effects mean in an individual woman is impossible to predict. Estrogen's actions are too complex for researchers to understand fully. As an example, despite estrogen's apparently positive effects on the brain, many women's moods improve after menopause, when estrogen levels are very low. That makes me think of this Spanish chick that I really wanted to have, not really, really, but really wanted to have sex with. She was average chick, decent size. She had a nice ass on her and a nice rack of tits. But this woman, this was like 2 or 3 years ago. So this was back in my blue pill slash purple pill days. Like she was like such a fucking bitch. But one thing I didn't I don't understand her is she was such a fucking bitch. But when she was on her period, she was like the sweetest fucking woman. She was like the woman she was supposed to be naturally. Like she was always smiling. She had the fucking soft feminine voice. She I was just so confused. Like honestly, I was contemplating putting a ring on that bitch back in the days. It's like, wow, man. I don't really get how that works or how females work, but whatever. I just don't understand how you can go from being a bitch, you get on your period, and then you turn into a submissive, loving bitch. Females, man, females. Some experts believe that some women are more vulnerable to their menstrual cycles, normal changes in estrogen. They suggest that the roller coaster of hormones during their reproductive years that create mood disturbances. And yet, they still expect us to deal with their shit. You know, I've been saying this ever since I took the red pill. I think women all need to date women just so they know, so every woman knows. Let me rephrase that. I think every woman needs to at least have a few relationships with females, whether it be like for a few months or years. Why do I say this? So they can understand um, what men have to deal with on a fucking daily basis. That's why I think that. And maybe it would humble them, but that's what I think. I doubt it would, but you never know, right? Now then, as many as 90% of women experience unpleasant symptoms before their periods. If symptoms are reliably severe enough to interfere with quality of life, it's defined as premenstrual syndrome, PMS. Generally speaking, PMS is present when physical and emotional symptoms occur reliably a few days before multiple consecutive menses. Other symptoms go away after completing a period and don't occur at other times. The symptoms cause significant personal problems such as at work, school, or relationships, of course. Um, no medicines, drugs, alcohol, or health condition might be to blame. Bloating, swelling of the arms, and breast tenderness of the usual physical symptoms. Feeling overly emotional, experiencing depression, anger, and irritability, or having anxiety and social withdrawal may be present as many as 20% to 40% of women have been PMS at some point in life. And see, the percentages of those kind of worry me because only 20 to 40%. We need like 100% of women getting themselves um, fucking diagnosed and checked for PMS. But yes, this article is basically proof why you should be single or get yourself a sex bot. Because combine all the knowledge I'm dropping on you with feminism and the current behaviors of women and hashtag me too, you've got a scary combination, actually. It's pretty scary. Like I said in my last video, sex bots, or was it this video? I've already forgotten. Sex bots are just looking better and better by the day. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get one in a few decades. Why I say decades? Because I want my sex bot to do all the work, you know. I want to do barely any work. So, and I want to get my brains fucked out without the fear of some woman coming back and saying that I raped her. So, that'd be pretty great. And the fucked up part is women just don't understand why we're going their own way. When I just explained why we're going their own way. Your fucking emotions, your lack of faithfulness, your hypergamy, the fucking court systems in favor you. It's ridiculous. Anyways, let me continue with this article. As with PMS, women with premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD, regularly developed negative mood symptoms before their periods. Some experts consider premenstrual dysphoric disorder to be a severe form of PMS. In PMDD, the mood symptoms are more severe and often overshadows physical symptoms. The emotional disturbances are significant enough to cause problems with daily life. From 3% to 9% of women experience PDD. Estrogen appears to be involved in these mood disturbances, but exactly how is more of a mystery. Estrogen levels in women with PMS or PMDD are almost always normal. The problem may be instead lie with the way estrogen talks, end quote, talks to the parts of the brain involved in mood. With women with women with PMS or PMDD may also be more affected by the normal fluctuations of estrogen during the menstrual cycle, aka their blood moon. Uh, having the blues after childbirth is so common, it's considered normal. However, 10% to 25% of women experience major depression within the first 6 months after childbirth. The abrupt drop in estrogen after delivery seems like the obvious culprit, but this link has never been proved. For now, anyways. But, that would explain why so many females are on, drugs, are on, depression medication. They're fucking doing drugs like cocaine, meth, Molly. I'm not gonna say weed because one, weed isn't a drug, at least not to me. For two, weed is the only thing I recommend a woman doing. No drinking, none of that bullshit. Actually, they can drink wine. Like, just for a little bit. Like, just a little bit of wine. Wine. Because too much can be bad for your liver. I mean, heart. Bad for your heart. But, the abrupt drop in estrogen delivery seems like the obvious culprit. But This link has never been proved. Okay. Postpartum depression is treated like any other depression with antidepressants, which actually don't make you less depressed. It actually makes you more depressed, from what I hear. So that's the problem with a lot of females these days. And the thing is, you've got like 12 through 40-year-olds using this. Actually, 45 just to be safe. You've got like 12 through 45-year-old females um, hooked on antidepressants. And they think it's helping them, but really it's not. It's actually fucking them up more. Therapy or both. Some preparations of estrogen do show promise as potential add-on to these established treatments. In the middle, no, in the months or years before menopause, called primo-menopause, estrogen level are erratic and unpredictable during premenopause. Up to 10% of women experience depression that may be caused by unstable estrogen levels. Some studies suggest that using transdermal estrogen patch by itself can improve depression during menopause. Antidepressants were not given to women in these studies, so given estrogen likely improved their depression. So making them more emotional cured their depression, huh? What kind of shit is that? Females, man, I tell you something. At menopause, estrogen levels fall at a very low levels. Increasingly, taking oral estrogen does not improve depression in women after menopause. In large trials evaluating hormone replacement therapy, women taking estrogen reported the same mental health as women taking placebo after menopause. Women's rates of depression fall, becoming similar to men of the same age. And the fucked up part is, women still expect us to deal with all of that. For the third time, sex bots are just looking better and better by the fucking day. Because with sex bots, you don't have to deal with a bitch being depressed, or randomly excited, or randomly angry, or randomly furious, or any of that other bullshit that females be on. You don't have to deal with that with a sex bot, unless your sex bot is programmed that way. Then I don't know. Why the fuck? What the fuck are you thinking? But yeah, this is the article. Unfortunately, it has no comments. And yeah, that's basically the end of the article. I was just making sure. So yeah, let me guys know what you think of this video. Drop a like if you've learned something. Hell, drop a comment if you already knew about this, or if you didn't know. I didn't know about this until I seen another YouTuber post this article, and then I decided to go and make one for myself, putting my own thoughts and opinions into it. So once again, let me guys Let me know what you guys think of this. Uh, I'll leave an article. I'll leave the article link in the description. And if you possibly enjoyed the video, then potentially we would donate. um, so I shall catch you homies into the next video, whatever it will be. Always remember, you're the man, you've got the fucking penis. No bitch can ever tell you what the fuck to do. MGTOW was fucking freedom. Go your own way, brothers. Unless you want to deal with this bullshit, then by all means, have fun. Alright, well, deuces, guys.